One author's viewpoint, or perspective on a story, may be very different from another author's. A writer can influence the reader to see their point of view, and perhaps even get them to feel the same way. Let's watch a video about the life of the showman P.T. Barnum. Then we'll consider how authors with different points of view might write about his life. P.T. Barnum was a famous entertainer and the creator of a circus that was called The Greatest Show on Earth. In 1841, he opened Barnum's American Museum in New York City. In the museum, Barnum displayed many strange and bizarre artifacts. Visitors saw a two-headed calf, a horned toad, and a scorpion. There was also an ancient mummy. P.T. Barnum was also interested in finding unusual-looking people that he called living curiosities. But no one ever knew what was real and what was fake. Barnum often tricked his audiences into believing something that was not real. In 1835, Barnum presented to the public an old slave woman that he said was 161 years old. The public later found out that the woman was only about 80 years old. Barnum also claimed to have found a mermaid. In reality, it was just a strange-looking dead fish. When the hoaxes were unveiled, Barnum named himself the Prince of Humbugs. Humbug is another word for trick. Barnum used these tricks to attract attention. He wanted people to come to his museum. In the 1870s, Barnum's Living Curiosities toured in his traveling circus. With his amazing collection of performers, P.T. Barnum created the greatest show on earth. Now, let's take a closer look at how two different writers might characterize P.T. Barnum. Listen to this first description. P.T. Barnum always wanted to entertain his audience. In his museum, Barnum displayed many beautiful artifacts. He also showed the world strange-looking people he called living curiosities and turned them into stars. P.T. Barnum also invented tricks to mystify the public. He was a great showman. Now, listen to another writer's thoughts about P.T. Barnum, written from a completely different point of view. P.T. Barnum was a businessman who lied to the public in order to make money. In his museum, Barnum displayed fake artifacts. He also showed to the world strange-looking people he called living curiosities. He ridiculed these poor people for his own benefit. P.T. Barnum invented tricks to deceive the public. He presented a mermaid that turned out to be a fake. The first writer had a positive point of view of P.T. Barnum. The author described him as a great showman who entertained people. She also said that Barnum's artifacts were beautiful and that he turned his living curiosities into stars. The second writer had a negative point of view of P.T. Barnum. The writer described him as being a liar who tricked people in order to make money. He described Barnum's artifacts as fake and said that he ridiculed his living curiosities. The life of P.T. Barnum can be presented in either a positive or a negative way, depending on the point of view of the writer. An author's viewpoint comes from his or her own perspective and can have a big influence on a reader's thoughts about a subject. Read a magazine article, then write a paragraph telling your thoughts about the author's point of view.